Nintendo! Hello everybody, this is Milesluigi. Welcome you back to Mario and Luigi Partners in Time. Let's play. Joining me today is...
Beautiful Pop-Tart, and that said Alpha Dream. It didn't say Nintendo. What the hell? Don't you know how to read?
Fair point. Licensed by Nintendo, made by Alpha Dream is probably more accurate on the situation because Alpha Dream is responsible for the Mario and Luigi series altogether. So last time we went through a volcano. We got some cool things. We fought Bowser and Baby Bowser.
And I wasn't here for that.
And now we're actually in the Shroob Mothership, so we're actually in an alien ship right now. We have a Pop-Tart.
Why is everything pink? Green.
Because aliens don't see pink, or they see pink differently than we do?
Pink, purple, and green. Where the hell are we? A clown museum?
Suggesting aliens are clowns. Just because I know I've been corrected by this by a certain person a whole bunch. Pink is technically not a color, it's just light red.
It's a shade, yes I know! Damn purist. It's fucking pink. It's pink, that's all you have to worry about. Doesn't matter where it came from or how it's made, it's just pink. It's kinda like purple. It's purple. I know it's blue. Red.
I suppose it depends on how technically you want to get with what colors truly are, because it's like you could really boil it down to just, oh hey, here's your primary colors of lights, and yeah, you can derive the primary colors of, I think it's called pigments, through the other way, so you only really have 3 colors. There's only 3 colors, everyone.
And then every color either turns to white or black, so there you go.
I find it rather entertaining that there's a whole bunch of beans in the floor in this Shroob Mothership. I don't know what in the world they're doing with beans, although I do know they like drinking shakes, so put 2 and 2 together. I'm thinking Shroobs like coffee a lot. What do you think?
I hate coffee. Actually, no, I can't say that. I have a French press, so I enjoy a cup of coffee once in a while, but that's kind of like after a hangover or I really need to pick me up.
Understood.
I'm much more of a tea person, as you know.
Tea is awesome. So these guys are Guardian Shroobs. They're basically elite Shroobs. They attack relatively quickly, and I actually got a comment in a previous video that they didn't have any trouble with Bowser, but they died in this area due to these guys. So they move decently fast, as we'll hear in that attack phase. You better know their tell is a good way to put it. Well, their tell is if they do a little ding first, they shoot Mario. If they don't do the ding and spin around, they shoot Luigi. They can also group up and just spin right in front of you for a little bit, and then attack both of you at the same time.
Like that?
Well, let's go ahead and watch this battle.
That's a pretty quick tell, though.
I just mistimed. Yeah. I mistimed that altogether.
Too soon.
So I guess I can understand these enemies are relatively difficult, I'll give you that, that's for sure. I'm just gonna cauliflower my way through the rest of this battle. Wow, he really wants to kill Mario. Okay, there we go. I will say this though, infiltrating the Shroob alien ship last time, since you didn't see it, basically there was this thing that just scooped up the princess and we just followed suit alongside and it's like, well, we just kind of got dumped off in this empty room, not to be greeted by any Shroobs, so no one was here to greet us or anything like that, they're just kind of letting us in. To explore around this gigantic ship, which I have to ask, okay, it's a giant alien ship, why is there a pool of slime surrounding the outer rim of the alien ship?
Most likely it's probably coolant or something, I don't know. Either that or it's other waste that they're just dumping because, you know, whatever powers their ship it makes waste and they're just dumping it everywhere.
Alright, there was a couple of goodies down there for the babies to pick up. There we go. Roll my way down here and come on. Wow. I guess, there we go. So, to add to that theory, they also like swimming in it.
Okay, so it's not coolant because it's not deadly, so it's... Jello?
Maybe it's food. You know they like shakes. That's an interesting theory. What if you swam in your own food? You had this giant tub of Jello.
People have swam in a giant pool of Jello. It is not fun. I would not want to eat said Jello because I hate said Jello.
if that is their food, they're really not concerned about self-contaminating their own food altogether, which is an interesting theory to say the least. Anyway, this room, the gimmick is that there's a block in the room, and we have to light the block in order to be able to hit it, and it moves all around the room, and it's kind of a tedious thing to do, all things considered.
It's a pain in the ass.
But yeah, if we go under the theory that it's their food, they don't concern themselves with contaminating them, or they're completely clean. Shroobs are a completely clean race, everyone. Or maybe it's a form of coolant that also doubles as a pool. There really isn't too much evidence to say exactly what it is, though since there's a couple of vacuums on a couple of those Shroobs back there, you have to imagine it's quite, it's like a hot tub to them almost. Place to go to relax, not care that Mario, Luigi, Baby Mario, and Baby Luigi are all on the scaffolding, like infiltrating the place at all.
Yeah, we have intruders, and we're just gonna go in and take a spa, and just let them trample all over our ship. Nah, yeah, we're not getting up to do anything.
Nothing at all. Suppose it's a good thing for me to point out now, because we're almost done with the area altogether. This is the only time we visit the mothership. There's no coming back here, so any beans you leave behind or anything you leave behind here, is lost for good.
Dun dun dun.
The same is actually true about the Guardian Shroobs. We only battle them here, and we never battle them anywhere else in the game, so this is our only opportunity to see them, and I actually don't think there's any in this room. So we've already battled all the Guardian Shroobs, so we're going to see in the entire game.
Do they have any rare drops that you can farm them for?
I know enemies do occasionally have rare drops in this game. I need to actually look that up, though. My primary source for a lot of the informative things I've been saying in this game has usually been derived off the Mario Wiki, because the guides on Game FAQ is usually just, here's how you beat the game guides, and don't actually go
Who uses
further
Guide
in
FAQ
depth.
anymore? Nobody uses Guide FAQ anymore. It was like, okay, if you want to beat the game, yes, but if you want to do anything else, no, they're completely useless and worthless.
I could use another PDF guide like when I played through Mario and Luigi Superstar Saga, where I just had JD Aster's guide that told me everything. Oh well. Well, now they greet us.
And of course... interlopers. Ha! Well, that was interesting, and that happened.
Kylie Koopa! I guess not just a reporter, but very good at espionage. That was a very good Shroob costume. Her only tell was that she didn't laugh when everyone else laughed in that room, actually. Which half the point of being a spy is that no one could tell that you're a spy, so you're not supposed to have tells. The wink wink, I'm a spy. Wink, wink, wink.
So, as we sit here watching the dialogue, it's like, okay, Luigi and Baby Mario are kind of playing with Luigi, ignoring him, and Mario's really the only one listening.
Really, Mario's the only one who's paying attention to the adventure altogether. Luigi and the babies are kind of like doing their own thing. And have been like this entire game, actually. What we've learned is that only Mario cares about the fate of the past, actually. Maybe the babies just secretly want to joyride to the future so they can quote-unquote live longer. But who knows?
That'd even be theoretically possible, traveling back in time to kidnap yourself to put you forward in time so you live longer. How would you kidnap yourself? If you kidnapped yourself and then brought you forward in time, how would you go to paradox? No! We're just gonna go with a fucking paradox.
Are you sure you don't want to place your past self in future school?
Nope. I'm not having a Flash and Professor Zoom paradox here. I just refuse. Because that shit's confusing enough as it is. Ugh.
Understood. Here we go. So, it almost looks like we're actually just about to fight a boss up ahead.
Gee, what gave you that idea?
Let's see here. Item, a walnut mushroom, some beans, save point. And of course, only one room up ahead. Kylie Koopa has a lot of film.
Well, it might be a digital camera. Don't need film. Just need an SD card.
Fair point, but that would imply that since this is the quote-unquote past, she has digital camera in the past.
Could be just a crappy one, or, you know, some cameras had a large roll of film. You know, they could have, 100 pictures in a roll of film easily.
Oh, fair point, fair point. She is a reporter. Well, we've been ejected of the mothership. Away we go. They did that to show off. They have guns they can shoot. It would have been a lot more efficient to just shoot her than to throw. Okay. Okay.
Forgive me, I'm paying attention to the dialogue, but yet I'm really not, because I hate dialogue. It's just like, yeah, okay, I understand, yep. Push the button, skip. And that comes just from Metal Gear Solid and Castlevania playing too much, because it's like, yeah. Especially Metal Gear. God damn, Ground Zero is just like, so much talking. It's like, Actually, Snake Eater was worse. Ugh, that was all useless.
So much dialogue. Like, you skip, like, all the story dialogue, but it's like, you actually need to learn how to play the game, so now you can just call in the codec. And now you're told, here's how you play the game.
Not even that, they tell you in the codec originally. That's why, especially in these Mario games, they, like, hand feed you all these instructions to, here's your tutorial for your new power. Okay, just show me once. Just, come on, stop with all the shenanigans and just do it. Either that, well, they don't give you game manuals anymore, which is stupid. I always liked the game manuals. Don't show me in game, just give me a game manual and give me a slight tutorial. I'll figure the rest out for myself. Nope, everything's spoon-fed.
You know how terrible Kirby Return to Dreamland would have been if every single time you got a new power-up, it would immediately warp you into the tutorial area and teach you how to use the power-up?
Oh, God, no. Just no.
That would have been horrendous. But we landed! And look at where we landed. This is a Shroob taking over Toad Town, actually, of the past.
Okay.
The only survivors right now are these two shopkeepers. Blah, blah, blah,
Yeah,
blah, blah. You're a store.
Yep, this is a store. You don't have to explain to us what you sell. Just show me what you sell and take my freaking money. You just lay coins on the table and go, take my money.
On the bright side, they've got some really good equipment. In fact, I want to say this equipment here is like the best equipment you can buy. Not the best in the game, of course, but the best you can buy. So definitely worth it to pick it up if you got the money for it, which you should. Your money in this game usually ends up going towards equipment and maybe a badge or two in the shop and maybe some pro items if you were like spending them like crazy. But it's like, look at how many coins I have right now. Now, I haven't even been trying to coin farm at all. It's just like I've been playing the game normally. Though, interestingly enough, we now have the risk badge and the safety badge on sale. And that safety badge is basically the inverse of the Great Force. You significantly do less damage and your enemies do significantly less damage. That's interesting. If I were to put that on, though, like every single battle would last like a century. So it would be good to practice enemy dodging, but that'd be about it. You guys probably really don't want to see it. Anyway.
No, we're not even suggesting that because that's kind of like hardcore mode, and we're not going into a hardcore mode. That's a big negative. Negative Ghost Rider. Nope.